Alright guys, today I want to show you some very, very important and interesting Michael S. Jenkins things. This is based on his square of 9 technique. If you don't know about that, go watch his Science of Forecasting the Stock Market Part 1 and Part 2 videos first before you watch this so that you'll understand what I'm talking about. I don't really have time to explain that because we got to just get right into the content, okay? So what we're going to do is take a major low, and what we're going to do is go around the square root of a low, major low, or a major high, plus 1 to go halfway around the square of 9, and then re-square that value to actually get around the square of 9. And then that's going to predict a future high or low within about a week, okay? So we're going to pick a very important low, which is the low of the COVID crash. I'm using this on Dollar Tree. You can do this on any stock, but some stocks it will work better than others. And the Dollar Tree, wow, this is crazy, okay? So we're going to take the low on March 18th of 2020, which was 60.2. As you can see right up here, the low value of that day was 60.2, and that's the lowest value this stock reached for years before and years after. So it's definitely going to be very cyclically integral, okay? So we are going to take the square root of 60.2, okay? This value, we're going to add 1 to it and re-square it. That's going to take us halfway around the square, or the square of 9, right, which is around the wheel, right? We're going halfway around the wheel. So we're going from a major low. So this one, what should it be? A major high. So we're going to try to find a cycle that works. We're going to have to, now, Michael S. Jenkins said that a shifting of 10% is the most powerful shift that you can do. So what we're going to do is shift the decimal by 10% to 767, and obviously months, years, weeks, that would be way too far in the future. Minutes, hours, minutes and hours, not going to be very far in the future, okay? So we're going to add 767.17 days. We're going to get April 24th, 2022. This should be a major high or very near one. So if we go forward, guys, this is super important. This could make you a lot of money, okay? So near April 24th of 2022 should be a major high. And lo and behold, it's only off it by about 2 days, okay? 2 market days. Off by 2 because it's right before the weekend, so the 24th is on a Sunday. Market's not trading on Sunday, so you go to jump to Monday. So the 25th counts as the 24th in this case, right? So it's off the high by 2 days. So if you had shorted on the 25th, or maybe anticipating, you could have shorted on Friday, whatever, and maybe you bought puts or whatever, massive move. You would be up hundreds of percent on a put if you bought the right strike price for the right expiration, right? Okay. So there you go. You have evidence of it working very, very, very well. Okay, so now we're going to figure out, okay, that's a major high. So the next one around the wheel, we go, remember, plus 1 goes halfway around the wheel. So if we go plus 2 from the original value of 7.758, so basically 7.76, we go halfway around the wheel again, it's going to be a full time around the wheel. So it should be another major low. Okay, so we're going to get 9.75. We're going to re-square that. Oopsies, did not work. There we go. Okay, now we're going to get 95.2. Remember, we're going to shift the decimal, though, because we're going in hundreds of days now. So we're going to paste that value in. We're going to shift it by a 10%. We're going to multiply it by 10, basically. And we're going to see 952 days from that March low. We're going to get October 26th of 2022. This should be a major low or a point before a bull run. And as you can see, it's actually already halfway in the bull run because it happened very quickly, but it was only about less than a week off of the low, not the final lowest low,
order submitted.
But the, sorry, I have a bot executing an order. Completely unrelated. That's a futures trade. Just ignore that, okay? It's not on TradingView, by the way. It's on NinjaTrader. But anyway, so very close to a low before a bull run. Of course, it happened to, the bull run, it got front ran, and I've talked about this before. These big trading institutions are definitely aware of these cycles. They can't supersede them by too much, but if they know that a big date like that's coming up, some institutions, if they know the other institutions know, they're going to start buying it up a little bit before that sometimes, right? That's why sometimes it comes a bit early. So you might want to anticipate and actually start buying a bit before these cycles, right? You don't have to, though, because sometimes it won't happen until that exact date. But anyway, as you can see, very, right at the start, time-wise, of a bull run. Now, obviously, they moved price so much before that so that you got front run, so you would only capture a smaller portion of that bull run. But again, it works, okay? The only thing here is you got to know how to take profit. You might have to take partials and move your stop loss to break even, that kind of thing. But again, can catch a big move, right? We're talking $20 on a stock, okay? If you bought on that date, if you bought early from this area, we're talking, I think that's like $35 on a stock. That's a pretty big move, okay? So anyway, back to this. We're going to go around the circle halfway around the circle again. So it's going to be 10.76, right? Resquare it. So that was a major low, so what should this be? Right? Major high. Oops. Okay, we get May 2023. All right, so we go to May 2023, and it should be a major high. So, and it's May what? May 20th. Okay, oopsies, sorry. May 20th. What do you know? Literally calls the exact high before a major crash in this stock. Literally spot on. Okay, guys, look, it doesn't get simpler than this, all right? It's the easiest Jenkins technique, and it's actually the most powerful one. So this one is bigger than all those other techniques. It's just going around the square of 9. And remember, this isn't Jenkins really, it's Gann, okay? But Jenkins just made it, explained it better. He actually understood this Gann method a lot better than a lot of people. They don't understand Gann properly, and so anyway though, boom, major high. Literally, you could have just sold. We'll just wait, and then when it gaps down on the open, like over $20, you could just sell for profit. You know what I mean? Because like you just get out of your position right then. You would, oh my gosh, if you had bought a put there, you'd be up literally like thousands of % on that option, right? Okay, again, if it was a short expiration or somewhat close. If it was further, you'd be up maybe a couple 100%. Anyway, huge. This is huge. It's career making. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going, guys. Halfway around the circle again. Ah, my shit is freezing. Sorry. I don't know what's going on here. Something's happening. Wow, my computer froze. There we go. What the fuck? All right, sorry about that. Excuse my language. Okay, so we're gonna go halfway around the circle again. So we should catch a bottom with this one, right? Did I just do that one? I think I did, right? Okay. So we gotta go. No, we haven't done that one yet. Okay, so. Okay, so. It's going to go to, that's actually a very close date. That's interesting. Oh, sorry. I didn't resquare it. My bad. Okay. I was like, what the hell? Okay, so. Sorry, that the computer freezing kind of like got me off my train of thought. Okay, so now, December 31st, 2023. That was a high, so it should be a low, right? It might not be, though. Again, remember, sometimes it does invert. As you can see, in this one, it actually did invert. So it ended up being a major high again. Why it inverts sometimes, again, beyond me, don't know. But I guess that means the cycle has inverted. So now it's going to have flipped, so now you'd expect it for a while to go where the next one's going to be a low, and then the next one will be a high, right? But anyway, regardless, it's contextual anyway, so it's not like you're expecting that, like, on December 31st, and you see the markets running up, or well, obviously closed on that weekend, but, the next day it opens, you see it makes a high, and, obviously you're not going to think, oh, this is a low, I should buy, right? Because it's already been running up. So you say, okay, I guess it's a short. So you short, and you can make money because, we got a 15-point drop from high to low, right? Over 15 points, or $15. But now the cycle seems to have inverted, okay? So, what are we going to do? Oh my gosh, dude, this fucking computer, man. I got too many sorry, I don't have the craziest, best computer. This thing is, and I've also got lots of web pages open using a lot of RAM. Sorry about that. I think it's just this one, really. Come on. There we go. All right. Oops. Okay, so we're going to add one, go halfway around the circle again. Resquare it, right? Okay, so now this is going to be coming up. Like, actually, no, this won't have happened. This day won't have happened yet, I don't think. Or maybe will have just happened. Okay, it just happened a few months ago. Okay, so September 1st of this year, we would expect it to be a major low, right? And what do you know? Now, you might have tried to catch the bottom there, and then you actually got dropped down even more points. So again, that date was a bit early, and then it ran further. So again, it's not always perfectly on. But look, within a few days, the 4th, it's calling for the 1st. On the 4th, major low for the stock. Now, as you can see, now I can't predict the future other than this kind of stuff, but as you can see, price recently returned to that level. But if that's a major low, it easily could be support. Furthermore, here's the reason that I pulled up Dollar Tree. I saw a CNBC hit article on it. And if you know about my other theories about how the news works, the news inversion narrative, where basically CNBC will tell you not to buy a stock, or they'll make an article. They won't tell you explicitly, but they'll be like, Dollar Tree's failing. And then this Dollar Tree stock will make a huge run up, right? That's what they basically did. They said Dollar Tree, it's not doing well. But if you looked at the financials, it actually is doing kind of well. So basically, when you couple a Jenkins cycle with the fact that the news is trying to discourage you from buying because the people that own that news site are, they're buying the stock. They're trying to discourage you, and they're going to make it move. So I honestly think Dollar Tree could be starting a big bull run again. And furthermore, if we look at this level, guess what? It's got right back to that same level from this cycle that we took from the low of the COVID crash. Okay, so that is going to be pretty strong support. Not necessarily, but as you can see, it is reacting to that level. It got right back down to there again, and it reacted up again, right? So what I see is a lot of Confluence, and this stock looks like it could be a buy. Now, obviously, I caught it a bit late. I'm a couple weeks late to it, or a couple months, but it's still at a relative discount compared to where the stock has been recently. Now, is it going to come back up to this level? I don't know. Is it going to go past it? I don't know. Is it just going to run up to like somewhere like here and then crash again? I don't know. But I do think that if you're looking for somewhere where the odds are in your favor right now, like I do think that this stock is probably going to keep going up for the near-term future. How far? Like I said, I don't know. But anyway, really cool Jenkins stuff. As you can see, this stuff works. So anyway, I guess to just give you guys a freebie, we can go and say, when is the next cycle going to occur? What's the next date I should be paying attention to? Okay, so it's going to be sometime next year, and if we paste that in and shift it by 10%. Okay, so May 24th of 2025. Is that on a weekend? No. So I would say the week before that date or the beginning of the week after that date, right around here is going to be another major pivot for this stock, right? And this tends to work better on individual stocks rather than futures. I know I demonstrated on futures where you take the square root of the square root to get it down to a smaller number like this, and it still can be quite effective. However, remember this, NASDAQ is a derivative of an index, which is comprised of over 100 different stocks. It's 101 stocks, right? So you're getting an average of stocks by weighting. So it's not as integral to a specific stock price or a specific company's individual performance. When you're tracking an individual company's performance, you're going to get something a lot more accurate, if you know what I'm saying. Whereas here, you're getting an average of averages, right? You're averaging a company's performance. You're averaging its strength as a company against other companies, and you're averaging it out into an index. Okay, so you're taking a lot of means, and obviously the mean is very important when it comes to math, trading, numbers, but it's still an average. So there's going to be, when you look at the mean, you should bet on the mean, but you're going to get sometimes a very large degree of variance where it strays outside of the mean. And if on even a regular stock you're getting some variance in terms of, oh, that date isn't perfect, it's off by, half a week to either side, and that's just with one company. When you're taking the average of 100 companies, again, you're going to get, the variance is probably going to get bigger, right? The standard deviations away from exact dates are probably going to be a little bit more chaotic, right? So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying you can't do this on futures, but I'm saying if it's this accurate on an individual stock, you don't really need to do it on futures, right? As long as your account isn't in the billions, right? If your account's in the billions, then yeah, you kind of have to trade the indexes, right? But because you have too much, your order size is going to be way too big for a company like Dollar Tree, right? If you've got $100 million, you can't risk 10% of your account on Dollar Tree, right? But you could potentially risk like almost 10% of your account on the futures market. But I'm assuming that you guys who are browsing YouTube trying to find out how to be a profitable trader are not millionaires even, okay, let alone being a billionaire. So by the time you have to worry about that, you won't have to really worry about much, right? So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this is eye-opening to you. It's his easiest technique, and yet it's his most powerful one. Okay. Now, if you want to go one step further with this, I do have some interesting information where basically I was doing this on Apple stock a few years ago, and I found that actually cubing and going to the power of 4, a quartic, and you can even go with power 5, that stuff also works with this. So you don't just have to square it. You can cube it, you can take it by the quartic, so on and so forth. So if you are, a bit of a math whiz, you can start playing around with more advanced stuff like that. So instead of going like, let me just do, for example, and we'll see if it happens to work on this stock. But let's just say you go back to this original cycle, right? You add 1. Instead of doing it squared, you would cube it, okay? And so then that's actually going to be too far in the future. But we could do it as just this days without shifting decimals. So we could just say from that date, come on, copy. So from that original date, if you did it +1 but did the cube of it, what would you come out with? You're going to get a different date than squaring it, and that would come out to January 19th of 2022. So we can see if that was a pivot point for the stock. So, and as you can see, actually, it was, because now it's pointing to a high, but it's actually pointing to this general area right here within again about half a week of a major low. So it's not just square. You can cube it, quartic, that kind of stuff too, and you'll catch more of the reversals. But anyway, I think that's enough for today. So take care, guys, and I'll see you next time.